Linda, do I know you from Michelle Breitbart's writing thing?
We keep floating from one event to another. So over the year, I've seen the same names and faces in at least 6 different groups. How long have you been coming to this one?
This is actually my first time.
I always think of it as the violent half hour because everything goes so quickly. Oh, Lisa is here. Apparently she's talking. That's odd. Why don't we see her?
Okay, how about now? Can you guys hear me now? Yes, okay. I was seeing Kirsten doing thumbs up and I was like assuming that people could hear me and I was like, great, we're vibing, here we are. Okay, so welcome to Therapeutic Poetry. And I was showing you, I'm in a very therapeutic space today here in this like beautiful lounge. And if the Wi-Fi is wonky, I have backups, don't worry. So we spend 30 minutes together each week. If you are brand new and this is your first week, as a hazing ritual, please shout yourself out in the chat and say where you are tuning in from. Every week we explore a different theme or idea, and usually they're based on things that I have experienced in my life that week or things that have happened in the world that week. And all of the time, you are welcome to take my prompts and ideas with a grain of salt. You can try them or you can do your own thing. And anyone who's been here throughout the pandemic knows I give the same little intro spiel each time, except, you know, sometimes I'm muted, sometimes I'm not, you know, change it up a little bit for you all. So without further ado, let's get into it. We have discussed boundaries as a concept to write about in the past, but it was like more about national boundaries and this kind of like political twist. And so this time I've been learning a little bit about what boundaries are on like a personal level. And I thought that would be a really, really interesting area to explore. Thank you for the hair compliment. Thank you so much. The person who lives next door to the place I'm at right now does my hair. So I'll tell her the compliment. So a couple quotes about boundaries that I thought was really interesting. First of all, the quote that got me thinking about this, I don't even remember who said it, but it was basically this. Your boundaries are about what you do and what you have power over, not having power over others or trying to change what they do. And I thought that was a really interesting perspective. Again, I'm not a therapist or a psychiatrist, so take these things with a grain of salt as well, but I thought that was a really cool perspective. Warren Buffett, classic boundary holder, he said, the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Love that. And Stieg Larsson, famous writer of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. This is actually a quote from one of his books, but I thought it was so pristine, just so insightful. We need to have a talk on the subject of what's yours and what's mine. So I like to share these little quotes and inspirations in the chat with you all to mull over. And now let's get into it. I have 2 warm-up exercises and one sort of like big exercise that I've maybe invented in a dream last night. So first thing, I like to keep it like really simple when we start. So first warm-up exercise, I'm going to give us like maybe 3 minutes for. I got to grab my book. This idea is this idea of like saying no versus saying yes. And you can choose either or you could try to do both. But I'd like you to jot down a couple ideas of things that you can say no to or things you want to say yes to. Do both or either or. I'm going to put our timer on for 3 minutes just to start getting those ideas flowing. That was fun. I don't know about you all, but I actually had time to write things I wanted to say no to and things I want to say yes to. So that was cool. And you can obviously continue these on in your own spare time. I make everything time bound just so we have enough time to get a lot done in our quick time together, but you can always take longer. Okay, so this next exercise is on that concept of what is yours and what is mine. And this is basically an idea. I'm sorry, I'm like kind of fumbling over my words today. I think because this is like such a charged issue or something. It's very intense, but forgive me for that. You could choose to write a little anecdote, something that has bothered you recently. And once you've written down to the general idea of that anecdote, see if you can break it down into what is stuff that is yours, something that you could control, or something that you did, or your action, and what is theirs, or the external factors, like the idea of, say you missed a flight, right? There's certain things that were you, certain things that were other people. Just an idea of learning to identify what is yours, what is not yours. And this one, I think I'll do another, let's just do 2 minutes for that, because the other one's going to take a little longer and we want to have time to share. 2 minutes, explore this idea of yours and mine. Ooh, that was really fast. Okay, so maybe you didn't quite get too far on that one, but you can always continue a little farther. This main meaty exercise, it's a little complicated, and ideally you have a whole full page to do this, but if you're writing on a computer, you can kind of make it makeshift, however works for you. But I think it could be, it's a bit visual. So here's the 3 steps. And again, I just made this up, so hopefully you like it, and if you don't, you do your own thing. You're creative people. So step 1 is to draw a little you. It could literally just be YOU, or you could draw a little picture of yourself, whatever you want, or a circle, something in the middle. And then I want you to take the time to write poetically or just roughly things that are in your reach, these things that you have control over, that you can say yes to, things that you want close to you. Write those things close to you, almost like a little bubble around yourself. You can have it be, I was imagining it would look kind of cool, like if it was like in a big circle around you, like almost like it was a bubble protecting you, or it can just be a word cloud around you, however you like. Put things that you want close to you, near you, and then you can also, if you have time, outside of that bubble, far away from you, put the thing that you want to say no to. Again, poetically or just bullet points, however flows for you. It's already 2:15, so let's give this 9 minutes, and then we will have 5 minutes to share at the end. And I will put in the chat a final little bonus thought that you can do if you have time as well. Okay, enjoy your writing. Wow, that time really flew. Whew, I could keep going on this for another hour or more if I had the time. I hope that some of you do have the time to keep going. So the last 5 minutes of class, we always reserve for people to have the opportunity to share. This is a personal topic, so you could feel free to wipe out names, anonymize people, places, whatever, or just share a little tidbit, whatever you want. And we've already got people raising their Zoom hands, or you can turn on your video and raise your physical human hand. Jackie, go ahead and go first.
I'm not going to read mine. I just want to show I drew lots of words.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, if you don't want to read it, you could totally just show the picture. Oh, I really hope that you enjoyed doing that. That's gorgeous.
I did, and I was really connected with the things that I wanted, and like I did a few things that I didn't want, but like I just want to keep going around with more and more things that I want.
Yeah, keep it going. Beautiful. I'll show what mine. I did a kind of similar thing, but actually very different. I drew like a little picture of me in my outfit today. And then those are the things I don't want around me. They're flying around. Anyone else want to share? You can either just show a picture, or you can. Kirsten, hi.
Hello. I did like just a circle sort of thing. I'm not exactly a skilled artist. And I did some like serious things and then some silly things. I'll just read a couple of each.
Sure.
So that things far away from me, I wrote the word me in the middle. Past regrets, toxic relationships, pickles, negative internal dialogue, burnt toast, squirrels. I have a lot of bird feeders. Um, and then math. I don't like math. And then for things that I want close to me, family, baking, new socks, shared meals, wood smoke, friends, and fresh sheets.
You have a very cozy inner sanctum.
Yes.
I wonder how different the list would be if it was like summertime. You know, it's like so many of yours are like so warm and cozy. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Maybe we need to do this exercise seasonally. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to share one? We have time for at least one more. Rose and then Isabella. Cool. Do you want to read a few or are you just showing? You're still muted in case you don't know. I've been there. Were you wanting to unmute or were you just showing with no sound?
She said in the chat, just showing she's got no.
Okay. Sorry. No voice today. Sorry about that. Thank you. All right, beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Isabella, go ahead and read.
Yeah, I have one line I want to share, and it's my private time capsule embedded in my thoughts. And then I heard you say a you. I wasn't sure, but I wrote a you. I don't know if it's visible. I need to here. I don't know. And there's a theory called Theory U. And what I did was I started some lines like my own priorities, and then I wrote outside and yours, and then my own space, and outside I wrote yours, and so on. So that's what I wanted to share. Thanks for the exercise.
Yeah, of course. Oh, and you just reminded me actually, since you had a cool visual, I found this picture while I was doing research about this, and it talks about 7 different types of boundaries. And I don't know, maybe I was just like very uninformed about all this stuff before, but I'm just sharing the link to the picture. It helped me kind of understand the different applications they can have. So if that's interesting to anyone, you're welcome. So that brings us to the end of, were you trying to say something, Isabel?
I want to say that I just miss half of a boundaries workshop, and I can share with you the link to some prompts around boundaries if you want.
Oh my gosh, please. Yes, that would be awesome.
Maybe we can
Love
share
that.
it in the Facebook group as well.
Yeah, share it in the chat if you have the link, or put it in the Facebook group. Either one is fine.
Yeah, okay. I will do that.
Cool. Last call. Did anyone else want to share? We can squeeze in one more. Linda, yes.
Okay. I wasn't artistically gifted today because I'm on a computer, and I was thinking about living life with COVID, which means the boundary between what's inside and permitted and what's outside and verboten is really quite big. So I wrote, I'm the mother cell, the gatekeeper, the membrane decreeing permeability, holding the door open, rolling it shut as case numbers change, as data loses consistency. Mostly I'm closed, my mind feeding upon itself, memories of life, memories of dreams, expeditionary trips to the known unknown, finally learning Japanese, finally rolling sushi, finally reading the unread books, writing the unwritten words, finally talking to people on screen who will never be there, keeping my life, keeping my bodily life, keeping my pseudo life close to my chest, close to my heart, keeping out until it becomes second nature, becomes unnature, a cup of coffee, a long sit with a friend in a restaurant, as unthinkable as a post-death world.
Awesome, awesome. Wow, I love the start with the metaphor about the cell. That's so good. Are you really finally learning Japanese?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the hardest language I've ever studied. I have not been able to get anywhere with it, but that is impressive. You're a great linguist though, so
Not for
thank you.
Japanese, I'm not.
Well, it's like it defies the laws of like every other language. It's so frustrating. We could start another group all on like people trying to learn Japanese. Thank you all so much for being here as always. Sorry for the funny little glitch at the beginning. And you guessed it, same time, same place next week. See you then.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.